Hey creatives! 皆さん、こんにちは. This is Coco Sensei. How are you doing? I got questions from my students about commissions. Yes. So today I am going to make a video about the commissions, and you know what? I didn't have a time to make a nice graphics on a digital drawing. So I'm just going to draw in a piece of paper and then try to explain what I think good advice for you. So let's get in. Okay. First of all, my student asked me, how do I get clients? Where are the customers? Okay, so my advice number one is, ta-da! You have to be visible. So what I mean is you can make the best art in the whole world, but if nobody knows you, nobody will buy your art. Nobody will buy your art. So my advice for you is always you have to be visible. You have to have a social media account, which is Instagram. I'm just gonna say IG, Instagram, Twitter. That's also good too. Or let's say maybe TikTok. TikTok. So I would say these three places might be good to start. Good to start with. It's difficult to grow the account, but if you keep posting it, you know it's you gradually grow, and you have to make sure to say clearly that you have a commission open, so you're accepting the commissions. And there is it's a Japanese website, but it's called a skib.jp, and they have an English page. So this website is particularly only for commissions. So it might be worth it to make an account and post your art and see if some clients, some you get a customers. But what I really recommend is that start small. So I said, yeah, you have to be visible, but of course, you have to be visible. But you can always ask your friends, classmates, your family members, relatives, neighbors, to let them know that you do commissions. So you can always do this online versions, and you can do offline to get some customers. You can tell them that you are doing the commissions, and maybe they might become your customers. So I recommend you to go offline, online, both. Okay, number two is what's really important is communications. Communication. I have done a lot of commissions, and from my experience, I can tell you that you have to clearly communicate to each other to avoid a misunderstanding. So to do that, I really think it's better to do communication by email. Is It's kind of old-fashioned for maybe some generations, but I think it's really nice to have communications in email and make sure that you keep all the reply. So if there's some kind of misunderstanding happening, you can go back to your email to check what the client was saying. You can do that by DMs or chat or Snapchat or whatever the app. That's okay, but I think if that's the person you don't know, I think the email is probably more safer to do so. I mean, you can do by DM, but I don't know, from my experience, I wouldn't do that unless I know the clients very well. So just my personal my preference. So, but the most important is you are be able to know the history of your talk. So if something happens, you can double check. All right. And then another thing that's important is that you have to say no to the customers if you feel like that the schedule is too tight, or they're asking you to draw something that you don't like to draw. Everybody has their taste. Everybody has what's good at drawing, what's not good at drawing. And if the client's asking you to draw something that you're not really good at, then you have to say no. Unless, I mean, if you want to try, if you want to give a shot to try to draw, then sure. But most of the time, if you draw something that you don't like to draw, you won't be happy. I don't think. So maybe just find out the borderline. When you want to say no, when you want to say yes. I understand you want to you want to earn some money, so you want to say yes, yes, yes to everything. But at the end, you're going to be struggling. So be sure what to say no to and what to say yes to. You might have to have some kind of experience first. You have to build experience to know what's yes, what's no. But just keep that in mind. Now, you don't want to say yes to everything. Yeah? Okay, let's see. And it kind of overlaps, but you have to be honest. If the client's asking you to draw, this character, for example, by tomorrow, then you have to say yes or no. You have to decide. Usually the time takes longer than you think. So if you feel like, oh, maybe it probably gonna take 3 days, or for whatever hours, maybe 6 hours altogether or something. Usually it can take almost, yeah, more than this. It can take 4 or 5 days. So you want to think about the initial idea plus extra hours. So to be safe, if you feel like you can finish in 3 days and you work for 2 hours each day, 6 hours, I would just say 5 days to be safe. So you don't have to again struggle yourself. So always give an extra time than you think. Yeah, extra time. That's my advice. Extra time. Okay, and question number 3 I got from my student is about money and the payment. So how to define how to decide how much to charge? I really wish I had a clear answer to this. The answer is I don't know. There's no really rules like you have to charge this amount, you have to charge that amount. It's you to decide, but what you can do is you can look around, find what other people are charging. Yeah, so find what others charge, but it really, really comes down to how much you want to charge. You know what I mean? How much you want to get. That's important. But I recommend that you start from a little bit low, and the more experience you get, you can gradually raise. And if you are established artist, famous, or a really good, or some person really, really likes your style, they will pay you, most likely they'll pay you more than what other people are charging, because they pay for your taste, your skills and your talent. So but until you get to the level, you can probably start from the low, and then you can charge more. So look around, like Instagram and other people's account, they see how much they charge. So I will probably just go from that and then see if you can go higher. Yes, and what I have experienced is that there are there are many good clients, but there's also a bad client, meaning you do the job, but they don't pay you. You do the job, you deliver your art, but they disappear. It has happened to me. So I really want you to avoid that. To do so, here's what I do. So to begin with, I usually ask 1/3 money over deposit. So the client has to pay you first, the money, and then I start working. Here's a pencil. I start working. And then after I finish, before I deliver the art, they have to pay me the rest of the money here. Now, this is someone I never have worked with before. But if I know my clients very well, maybe my personal, I don't know, friends, or I know that trustworthy people, then I usually just draw and then just give it to them and they pay me the 100% fee after that. I never had a trouble. But I'm just saying that it's, if you don't know the person well, do it this way so you won't get screwed. You know what I mean? So you get money. And also, some clients might be how do you say, they might change the mind all the time. So what I do is that to avoid, because if the clients change their mind, you have to redraw, and that takes a lot of time and effort and stress. So to avoid that, when I'm doing this communication, I usually say, okay, so including this price, this price, you can have two changes. You can have two changes. After that, each change will cost you money. This much, this much. So this way, it'll protect yourself. As an artist, as I said, you have to know when to say yes and no. And also you have to protect yourself from overworking. You know what I mean? So define having a nice communication, good communications, define the price, define what's included to this price. How many changes? How many different art format you're going to deliver? Is it JPEG, PNG, PDF? You have to decide the details. So what I do is usually the price, how many changes, and then format. Oh yeah, and the size. What size? So these, and then schedule. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I would say these 4 things that I would include this communication here. So yeah, so I was talking about the money and payment, and because I don't know how old you are watching this video, if you are underage, I really recommend you to have a money account. Maybe you can borrow your parents' account, bank account, because it's money thing, so you want to feel safe. If you are allowed to open your own bank account, that's okay. But yeah, usually you can use a PayPal or bank transfer. And depends on what country you live in. Each country has some kind of mobile, payment system that you can use. But again, especially if you're doing with the strangers you don't know, I might want to just mention your parents that, hey, I'm doing this work and here's the money. I might need your help with account. I'm just saying that to be safe, but it's up to you. You can decide. So this is what I can advise. I hope it was helpful. And yeah, I wish you a lot of good luck with the commissions. It's a great way to earn the money, a little bit of money, because you love to draw and you're using your skills to get some paid. So it's awesome. Yeah, good luck and I'll see you again. Mata ne. Bye bye.